Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to the channel.
We have been exploring Yellowstone National Park with our friends Bill and Christina. The scenery and the wildlife have been amazing, and today the adventure continues. This morning we left our campsite that was at the Falls Campground, and we made our way to the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone along the North Rim. The other day we had actually gone to the South Rim and gotten some views of the falls, but when we tried to do the North Rim, the traffic was all backed up. We couldn't even get on the road. So we stopped back in there this morning and got some footage and pictures of the falls. It's quite incredible how much water comes over those falls, and to hear them and just to see them and see the views of the canyon and the neat rock formations and pinnacles, things like that. We also took a little bit of time to have some breakfast in the van before continuing on our way this morning.
Now we're on our way to the Grand Prismatic Spring and we're going to do a hike to the Overlook.
The Grand Prismatic Spring is at the Midway Geyser Basin, and that's another spot that we've already been at on this trip. But we were there in the evening, which was really awesome, but in the evening you couldn't really see any of the colors, so I wanted to go back there to see all the beautiful colors. One of the really neat things about this park is how much the scenery changes as you drive along and how many things you can see. It's actually pretty overwhelming.
I know we've said this before, but we'd like to thank Bill and Christina for being our de facto tour guides and arranging campsites for us. It's a huge blessing because this park is so vast and so much to see. It's nice to have somebody who's done it before and knows where to go and all the great spots. So thank you for organizing that. And in fact, we're on our way to meet up with them again.
One of the things about Yellowstone is that it's really hard to get campsites here. They fill up months in advance, but Bill is really good at getting spots when they open up due to cancellation. So before we even started thinking about it, he had made reservations, and some of the sites can accommodate 2 vehicles, some can't. So last night we were actually at different campsites, and again, we really appreciate the fact that they were able to get the site for us that we were at.
As many of you know, we typically don't do campsites. We like to boondock, but Yellowstone does not offer many boondocking sites, if any. So your options are very limited unless you want to drive outside the park. But because the park is so vast, to do that you'll spend probably a good hour or more getting to those boondocking sites, only to have to drive back in the next day. So very time consuming to do that. So you're forced to do the campsites.
Yeah, as far as we know, there are actually no boondocking spots in Yellowstone. One of the nice things about Grand Teton were there actually were boondocking spots. There were campsites that were free, but that's not the case here in Yellowstone. So as Steve said, if you don't want to pay for camping and you can't get a camp spot, you have to drive in and out quite a bit. And I would say probably most of the time it's more than an hour. All right, we are getting into one of our favorite areas of the park. All right, well, we've met up with Bill and Christina. Say hey, guys.
Hey.
We are gonna hike to the Overlook of Grand Prismatic now. Closer, we can see little peeks of it. The Grand Prismatic Spring is the largest hot spring in the U.S. and a true natural wonder. Stretching approximately 370 feet, wider than a football field, it glows in radiant colors. These colors come from tiny heat-loving organisms, each thriving in different water temperatures. From above, it looks like a giant rainbow set into the earth, a brilliant reminder of the power and beauty beneath Yellowstone's surface. The view from the overlook of the springs, and now we're gonna see if we can see them from the bottom again. There's a lot of cars parked around here, but we're gonna see if we can get in the parking lot. Do not block road, turn left lane full. Oh, it's not full, so here we go. There. Some nice people let us in. So, how long do you think it'll take us to get a spot? It was 12:23 when we got into the line here of traffic, I think. It's 12:28 now. Is it?
12:26.
Oh, 12:26.
I'm going to say probably, if we're going to pick over, under, 15 being the number, I would say over 15. What do you think?
I'll say under just so we have different guesses.
Well, unfortunately, it's now 12:42 and still searching for a parking spot. Audra has jumped out to go get some more video and photos of the spring while I keep circling the parking lot. Hopefully it'll work out. I can find a spot. If not, I'll just keep going in circles and circles and she can come back to the van. All right, not too bad. 12:48. Could be worse.
Once an explosive geyser, Excelsior Geyser Crater is now a massive, beautiful blue hot spring about 200 feet across that constantly discharges thousands of gallons of steaming water into the Firehole River.
Wind is pretty intense here today, so it's blowing a lot of people's hats off. I'm going to see if I can score a free hat.
Yeah. No hat for you. Okay, well that was delightful. I love all the brilliant colors of those springs. It's neat seeing it at a different time of day, different conditions. It was really neat. It was windy today, so it kept blowing the steam. So like every once in a while it'd be totally covered with steam. You couldn't really see the color, and then the steam would come towards you and it'd open up the color and view of the spring. I loved it.
It was amazing how many free hats I scored.
And his timing was perfect. He would have missed those hats about this much, because as we were leaving, a ranger was coming up with a really long hook to collect all the hats. He beat her to it. Bill and Christina had gone ahead of us to do some other things while we checked out the lower part of the springs. So now we are looking for them. Hopefully we'll find them here at a spot by the river and we can hang out for a little bit. There's some good bee footage. You have arrived.
Not going to pass up an opportunity to dip my feet into the mighty Mississippi. Not too bad.
Or that's on our list.
You gonna take a dip?
If it were a little hotter, I might consider that.
All right, well, we found this beautiful spot to hang out for a while. It's pretty perfect. It's a makeshift bench. There you go.
So I'm not exactly sure where or even if I'm going to use the shower bag yet, but I'm going to try to get as much sunlight on it as possible and get it warmed up, so maybe later I'll use it to take a shower.
It was nice to spend a couple of hours along the Firehole River, getting some work done, relaxing, spotting some wildlife, and enjoying the surrounding beauty. What you doing?
Taking a little bit of a shower.
Life shower at its best, right by the river. Living in a van down by the river.
Better than nothing.
Feel like a new man. Gibbon Falls is located along the Gibbon River between Norris, Geyser Basin and Madison Junction along Grand Loop Road. The falls drop about 84 feet in a beautiful cascade over rocky cliffs. Spring is a hot spring found in the Norris Geyser Basin, just off the road near the entrance to the basin. It's known for its large, constantly boiling pool of turquoise blue water that often sends up vigorous bursts of steam and bubbles that sound like a jet.
So that was called Beryl Spring, and I have to say, I think that was one of my favorite spots. Pretty cool to see that constant, intense pressure coming out. Sounds cool too.
Your destination is on the left.
Maybe just pull up ahead of this.
So this is called the chocolate pot. Looks like something you'd find at a mini putt-putt course.
It's 1.6 miles.
Those are all the things that I had marked, like emerald, but maybe only because it's called emerald.
Let's do both of them.
All right, another stop, Norris Geyser Basin. And there's two different trails. We're doing the first one that's 0.6 miles. It's the Porcelain Basin. These little guys sound like a boat when it's coming into the marina and just kind of sitting still. Blub, 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 blub. That's fun. What was that?
I just want to stick my hand in there. It can't be that.
What do they sound like?
They sound like pluck, 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 pluck.
This is Norris Geyser Basin. Welcome to what feels like another planet. We were blown away as we explored the Porcelain Basin area with all its jets of stream, colorful pools, streams with deposits of minerals, and bubbling springs. The Porcelain Basin at Norris Geyser Basin is one of the most otherworldly landscapes in Yellowstone. Boardwalks wind throughout the area, providing a close view of bubbling pools and vibrant runoff channels painted in shades of blue, green, and orange by heat-loving microorganisms. The constant activity, sounds, and striking colors make Porcelain Basin feel like a glimpse into another planet. This is simply amazing. So many colors. It is definitely otherworldly. I love it.
Did you love it so much?
I did love it so much.
Is there any one part that you liked the best?
I like those turquoise pools at the end. And I liked when we were crossing the boardwalk area and you looked down and there was that green and brown. It's kind of subtle, but really pretty.
Right, kind of mossy green.
Yes. Look at those two cute rigs. Well, I think we have found an amazing spot for dinner. We're up high, so it's like the perfect view from the van. It's a late dinner, but it will be nice. Enough, I guess. It is going on at 8 o'clock, so we've pulled over at this great overlook, and we are just trying to make a quick dinner. Not sure how it's going to turn out. We have leftover quinoa, we have some frozen broccoli, and we thought we'd throw that together and add some cheese or something. And here's an example of how things look when you've been really busy and traveling a lot. There is stuff all over our bed, including our little kitty girl. Dinner's ready. It's not too bad, I don't think. After an amazing day exploring the park, we started making our way to Mammoth Campground for the night. Along the way, we were met with stunning views in all directions as the sun was setting, its remaining rays casting a glow on the gorgeous cloudy skies ahead and just touching the tops of some of the distant peaks. This park is so vast with endless views that change as you drive around each corner. It leaves us in awe. What a gift to be able to experience all of this and to be reminded of the Creator. As the sunlight began to fade, we drove past Mammoth Springs and then pulled into the campground, already looking forward to the adventures tomorrow would hold. We hope you've enjoyed this adventure as much as we have and that you'll join us next time as the adventure continues. If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with information about today's adventure and our channel. A special thank you to all our patrons. We appreciate your ongoing support. Thanks for coming along with us on this van life adventure. Please take a second to hit the like button below, leave a comment to let us know you're watching, and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget, you can also connect with us and see my photos of the places we visit on our Facebook and Instagram.